All right, let's try something. We're going to take a word you've known your entire life and use it to uncover a secret system for communication that's been hiding in plain sight. It turns out sometimes the most familiar things are actually the most surprising. This word, apple. I mean, it's one of the first words a lot of us ever learn. It's simple, it's common, and everyone knows what it means. But here's a thought. Do we really know how to explain it? That's the real question, isn't it? It seems so obvious, but the way you choose to explain something this basic can actually reveal a much, much bigger idea. So let's treat this as a little investigation. Okay, so to start, we're going to look at a dictionary. But this isn't just any dictionary. It's a very specific one, and that little detail is about to become very important. Our source material is the Simple English Wiktionary. And that word, simple, you're going to want to remember that. It's not just a description, it's actually more like a mission statement. All right, so let's break this down. Let's deconstruct the entry for apple. And we're not just looking at what it says. We care about how it says it. Just look at that definition. So incredibly direct, right? There's no complicated botanical jargon, no talk of the Rosaceae family. It just uses common, everyday words to paint a really clear picture. Sweet, red, yellow, or green fruit. That's it. And check out the example sentence. It's exactly the same. Every single word here, I gave my teacher an apple, is one you'd expect a new English learner to get right away. It gives you perfect context without muddying the waters at all. And you know what? It even handles idioms with that same super straightforward approach. It doesn't bog you down with the history of the term. It just gives you the one essential piece of info you need. Big Apple is a name for New York City. Crystal clear. The entry even gives you a few related idioms, so it's giving you the cultural context, but again, it's all in this really direct, easy-to-digest format. Everything here is built for total clarity. So far, so simple, right? It all seems perfectly logical, maybe even a little boring in its simplicity. But then, hidden away on the Wiktionary page, there's a single, tiny sentence, and that one sentence, it changes everything. Yup, this is the pivot point. This is where we go from just looking at a simple dictionary definition to uncovering this massive global linguistic project that's been in the works for nearly 100 years. It's so easy to miss, but this is the key. Apple is on the Basic English 850 list. And with that, suddenly that word simple stops being just an adjective. It becomes a whole system.
So yeah, that one line just opens up a huge question. The name itself, it sounds both official and kind of mysterious. What is this list, and why is our word apple on it?
Well, the whole thing really boils down to this number, 850. And believe me, this isn't just some random number they pulled out of a hat. It's the carefully chosen size of an entire vocabulary, a whole toolkit for communication. Okay, so let's finally pull back the curtain on this whole system. What is Basic English, and what's so special about the number 850? So Basic English, it's basically a constructed language, or you could call it a controlled version of English, that was created way back in the 1930s. And the whole system is built on this radical idea that you can say pretty much anything you need to say with a core vocabulary of just 850 words. And the whole philosophy behind it was honestly revolutionary for its time. The goal was to create a sort of second language for international business, for science, for trade. The idea was, hey, if we limit the vocabulary, we can get rid of misunderstandings and build a real global bridge for communication. And this is where it all clicks into place. All of a sudden, that simple definition of apple looks completely different. We can finally see the hidden logic. See, the reason the definition is a sweet, red, yellow, or green fruit is because every single one of those words, sweet, red, yellow, green, fruit, they're all part of that 850-word list. That simplicity, it's not a bug, it's a feature. It's a core part of a very deliberate system. So you can see the method right there, in action. That Wiktionary entry we were just breaking down, it's a perfect case study. It's like a masterclass in clear communication, defining a word using only the tools from its own small but really powerful toolbox. And get this system goes way beyond just a dictionary. The source page itself points you to the Simple English Wikipedia, which is an entire encyclopedia written using the principles and the vocabulary of Basic English. I mean, that is a massive project, all dedicated to this one big idea. And that right there is the real takeaway. You might think that 850 words sounds really restrictive, but the goal was never to shrink the language. No, the goal was to build a gateway, to make complex ideas and essential knowledge available to the biggest possible audience, no matter what language they spoke. Which kind of leaves you with this one last thought, right? In this age where we are just drowning in complex data and endless information, maybe the most radical, the most powerful way to communicate isn't about adding more words, but about mastering the art of using just the right ones.